The Dominica Training of Trainers program was definitely necessary because we are currently in the process of making the OECS Building Code 2015 the physical planning regulations for buildings. So we want to ensure that people who are practitioners in the built environment, practitioners in the building sector, they understand the implications of the building code as it relates to their work. How important it is to a resilience journey is something that we want them to be able to communicate. And so we want them to be reviewing plans and applications for the construction of buildings with an understanding of what the building code entails and what it requires according to the new legislation. So the Train of the Trainer program went through the building code in great detail. So it started off with the various sections of the building code. It also went into the various requirements as it relates to the structural and architectural aspects of the building. So it was very critical to give them a sort of elementary knowledge of what the engineering principles that apply to seismic design of buildings, wind-related design of buildings, and also to look at other aspects of the building code. It was also important for them to learn how to communicate their work and the requirements of the code to the people who are not experts in the built environment, people who do not have an understanding of building design. It was really, for me, informative and critical to see that the practitioners are being taught how to use the building code, seeing people understand those principles and seeing it being broken down into very digestible parts for people who are not engineers. For me, that was one of the most important takeaways from the program. In terms of how the Train of the Trainer program factors into the bigger picture, how important it is for Dominicans. Look at our journey from the actual experience of Hurricane Maria. After Maria, our government has decided that we are on this path to become the world's first climate resilient nation. One of the targets that we are looking to ensure that we have delivered by 2030 is that about over 90% of our housing stock is climate resilience. So when we have these types of training programs, what we are doing is we are using the professionals who are at the helm of ensuring that resilient building practices take root in Dominica, and we are exposing them to what the building code requires for resilience. So we are trying to ensure that we do not have a repeat of the events that surrounded Hurricane Maria. And we know that climate change is real, and with climate change comes a certain exposure to these types of events. And we're seeing that the frequency, the severity is increasing, so we want to reduce overall our vulnerability, especially in the housing sector. And so these types of programs are critical to that vision.